I'm going to read this book to you girls. I hope you like it. It's called Butterfly Time by Alice Goody. One sunny day, the first butterfly of spring fluttered down and lit upon a stump in our backyard. It was a dark-winged morning cloak, and it spread its wings as if to warm them in the sun. And we saw the bright blue spots and yellow borders. Do you see? This is a nice butterfly you could see sometime on your garden. It slowly raised its wings and brought them close together above its back. And we tiptoed nearer, and the morning cloak stayed quietly on a stump, as if not fully wakened from its winter sleep. I picked it up, and it lay upon my hand as light as thistledown. And then suddenly it spread its wings and fluttered away to light on little willow trees that grow beside our fence. It left behind on my hand some powdery dust. Butterfly dust, my sister Sue called it. One day in May, when we were looking from our upstairs window, we saw blue butterflies. They were fluttering around the blossoms of our apple tree. They were spring azures. Azure is a fancy word for blue. Their tiny wings were thin as gauze and so blue they looked as if someone had made them out of bits of sky and touched the upper edges with a blue-black cloud. See the little black fringes along the blue? And then a tiger swallowtail came sailing by on yellow wings, striped with black like tiger stripes and bordered with a band of velvety black. The long streamers on each hind wing made us think of swallowtails. It flew, strong and bold, above the treetops, and then sailed down toward where our purple lilacs blossomed. In June, we saw hundreds of yellow butterflies flittering, dancing, chasing one another above a sunny field where clover grew. They were clouded sulfurs and little sulfurs, yellow as daffodils. Our cat Christopher jumped high above the clover and tried to catch one of those butterflies. And if he had caught one, he would have eaten it. I think he likes butterflies almost as much as he likes mice. The next morning, the rain came pattering against our windows, and there were no butterflies in sight. We put on our raincoats and went out to look for them. We looked and looked, and finally found a morning cloak. Look, it's right here on the fence. It was hiding with folded wings beneath the eaves of our back porch. Oh, sorry, I was wrong. It's this one. We looked further and found the tiger swallowtail. Its wings were folded too, and it was clinging to the underside of a rail on our garden fence where it was safe and dry. By afternoon, the rain had stopped, the sun was shining, and we went out to wade in the puddles along the road. The sun had called the butterflies from all their hiding places. The clouded sulfurs, with brown borders on their wings, were sipping water from the little roadside pools. left there from the rain. The little sulfurs, only half as large, were sipping water too. I told Sue the clouded sulfurs were often called roadside or mud puddle butterflies because they like to picnic around roadside puddles. One morning in July, Sue was picking snapdragons. Those are types of flowers. They were picking them in our mother's garden, and she called to me, "Oh, come and see this butterfly with great big staring eyes painted on its wings." Oh, look at that. As many butterflies do this when they are, oh, sorry, I missed it. I knew at once it was a buckeye. It did not fold its wings, as many butterflies do when they light, but spread them wide as if to show the big eye spots on them. We thought the eye spots looked like spots on peacock feathers. 2 more buckeyes were in the air. With quick wing beats, they dodged and turned and chased each other. Buckeyes are saucy fellows and often fight with one another. One afternoon, we saw 2 red admirals playing tag above a patch of nettles, and we could not go so close to them because the nettles stung our legs. But we could see their wings of purplish black banded with bright orange. Their hind wings had border of the same bright orange color. I told Sue she could find red admirals wherever nettles grow, in our country or in European countries far across the sea. Quite close, we saw a violet tip. It looked as if Mother Nature had, with her scissors, snipped the edges of the wings, making points and notches. The purple color on its wings made us think of violet petals.
What's that butterfly called?
A black swallowtail hovered above the flowery clusters of Queen Anne's lace, as if trying to decide just where to light. Its wings were velvety black with double rows of dots that looked like gold. Its hind wings were splashed with blue between the rows of golden dots. And then 2 great spangled frilleries fluttered above the milkweed plants. Their tawny wings were marked with dots and wavy lines of black. One frillary settled on a milkweed and raised its wings above its back as it sucked nectar from the blossom. That was when we saw the silvery spots that looked like money. "Butterfly money," I said. In mid-July, we saw 2 painted lady butterflies hovering above prickly thistle, and their brown-black wings were splashed with white and tawny orange. One painted lady clung to a heavy-headed thistle blossom, tipping and tilting, rocking in the breeze like a little ship on a rough sea wave. We saw the soft rose-colored lining on its folded wings and the eye spots near the lower edge of each hind wing. We knew when winter came, the painted lady would fold its wings and creep into some tiny hole between 2 stones beneath loose bark or in the hollow of a tree, and then come out again in spring to fly about. I like to think that children almost the whole world over can see painted lady butterflies in Europe and Asia and Japan, even in Australia and wherever thistles grow. In early fall, we saw a flock of monarch butterflies. These are our favorite. They go flying south to spend the winter, and oh, they were splendid, handsome butterflies. They flew on wings of flashing orange. The edges of their wings were velvety black with polka dots of white. We thought the monarchs looked like gray autumn leaves flying through the air. Now that summer is over, we do not know which butterfly we liked the best. We liked them all. It seemed as if they were a part of spring and summer and came to bring winged beauty to our days. We remember the flashing colors on their many different painted wings. We remember. And here's a picture of all the butterflies that we read about. The morning oak, the painted lady, the little sulphur, the tiger swallow, the red admiral, the great spangled frillery, the violet tip, the black swallowtail, the spring azure, the clouded sulphur, the buckeye, and the monarch. I hope you liked hearing this story about the butterflies. Have a good evening.